right?
As long as it's the season, I don't care.
Alright, so here's the battle stuff, Keith.
Okay.
So we're being raided by the trolls. There are 9 dark trolls and 144 trollkin. I think dark trolls are like their equivalent of weapon
Why
thanes.
did you draw over all the trolls?
What?
They didn't draw like it looks like they didn't draw trolls. They drew people and then drew troll faces on the people. That's what it looks like.
I
No,
think
those are wee people.
we people? Like tiny people? Did Art get disconnected or is he quiet?
I don't know. I think he disconnected.
At that exact moment.
He did.
I just think that we misunderstood what he was saying, and also, am I wrong? Is this just the art style for all of these pages? Because specifically the person on the left, it looks like they just went on a person and
I
just
see what you're
painted
saying.
a mouth on him.
There are real paintings.
I just heard a weak Skype noise.
A thing I do know is there are real paintings. Art, are you back?
I am back. Sorry
Welcome
about
back.
that. I really don't know how to fix this.
We can try changing who's hosting the call. Is what we can do, and see if that
Okay.
I
fixes
don't
it.
think it's your fault.
No.
Do you want me to host it? I've got a pretty good connection.
Like what happens is like Skype will just disconnect. My Skype has to go to offline for 5 seconds,
Hmm.
and then it'll reconnect and it'll be fine.
So not just the call.
Right, Skype just doesn't think I'm online for
Right.
5-10 seconds. I obviously don't know if my other internet things are being affected by that.
Right. All right. I'm gonna just read what's happening in these battles for Keith. You ready, Keith?
Yeah.
And then afterwards, if Art loses connection again, let's switch over to Keith hosting, and then we'll see.
Okay.
In King Dragon Pass, a battle has 2 stages as follows. 1, initial clash. During the initial clash, the tactics you've decided to take are compared to the enemy's tactics. Winning this initial stage will usually give you a bonus for the second stage, however it does not guarantee victory. The tide of battle is unpredictable. The initial clash is when the two sides size each other up, or try to force their vision of how the battle should be fought onto their enemy. Then the melee begins. Melee begins when the warriors have moved from missile weapon distance into sword and spear range. The melee ends when one side breaks and runs. If you win the second stage, you win the battle and the spoils are yours. Sometimes during the melee stage, your nobles and your leader will face a choice. The action you choose will play a part in deciding the odds of survival and other things. So top of the screen, magic. We're talking about magic here. It's just kind of like a bonus, a flat bonus. The treasures we've shown you what happens when you use a treasure. Then you can sacrifice to Humacht or Orlanth. If you sacrifice to Orlanth, it increases your odds of winning the initial clash. If you sacrifice to Humacht, it gives you a better chance of winning the melee that follows. Also, it makes depending on whether you're on the offensive or the defensive. Forgoing sacrifice can be useful at times, though, because it's time-consuming, especially if you invest some magic to win the initial clash. If the enemy's still locked in prayer, you can cut them down by surprise. Likewise, too many sacrifices gives your foe more time to inflict heavy losses. And sacrificing to both does take twice as long. So, you choose an objective, drive them off, kill as many as possible, take captive, survival. Those are pretty self-explanatory. And then there's tactics. Skirmish increases the odds of wounding the enemy. Maneuver gives you a high chance of victory if they don't charge you, basically. So if they don't charge at you, you kind of maneuver around them. Charge says that you take more damage if the enemy skirmishes, but you avoid maneuvers and negate their sacrifices.
Okay, so this part is rock, paper, scissors.
Sort of, yes.
Okay.
Skirmish is like the basic one, and then maneuver beats charge beats skirmish, basically. Or charge also beats sacrificing. So that's where it gets a little more complicated.
Okay.
And then evade is evading.
CNES says this is giving me some racist vibes. Well, it's fantasy, so you
yes,
should be
it is
getting
super.
those all the time.
What I will say is that Glorantha, the setting that's here, is like the actual full setting is really good about providing source material for a lot of the other races that are in the game from their perspectives that develop them as actual cultures. And what this game does is takes a very specific small sect of the Viking-y
Like a little
people.
slice.
Yeah. So, like, you can totally play in Glorantha as one of those horse nomads we saw earlier, or as the Pharaoh's people from the south, or some of the other crazier, more interesting, not crazier, but more interesting races and groups, you know? But yes, trolls in general, in Western fantasy, tend to be... Fantasy is often tied up in othering whole groups of people. Let's try this maneuvering stuff, and I'll spend a point of magic here.
Wait, but you should be killing them, right? These are troll. Oh, okay.
Yeah, they are. But I want to live, and they outnumber us by a ton. So I just kind of want to drive them
It
off.
wasn't a ton. It was a loser. You know what? I'm gonna err on the side of caution. That's been my thing, and I've been right all the other times.
Okay.
All right.
In Glorantha, what do trolls want?
I think to kill people. I think to mostly kill people. Okay. I think that they have a god that's like... I've chosen the trolls as like my nemesis group in this game before, and you get some more bits of that there. I don't remember it.
See, they had all the advantages, and we still whooped them.
It's true.
They charged us before we were ready. Their magic was stronger than ours, and we still just wrecked them.
That did happen, and we even healed one of our people. That's good. Ooze. They're actually called the Uz. The Uz or Ooze. U-Z. The trolls. That word might be translated as folk. Their society is based on kinship, defined by blood. Their kinship is traced to the female side. They're very maternal. You know, there's a whole government write-up on this page I'm looking at. We really need Nick here. Nick Sondergath, the Dr. Evilbones, is way into the Glorantha setting and has a bunch of the books I'm talking about.
Oh, cool.
So one of these days we definitely need to get him in here.
Yeah.
What is this setting from?
It's... Glorantha is a tabletop RPG setting. The tabletop RPG is called Hero Quest. If you dig into that, you can read a billion wiki pages.
I could read a billion wiki pages about a lot of subjects. Thank you very much.
I don't need to dig into that.
All right, let's
I have
spend...
a Wikipedia. Thank you very much.
I'm no walkthrough man for nothing.
We spent that time doing, or we spent that magic on mysteries. Let's sacrifice towards getting another mystery. What do you guys say?
So this might give us a blessing, or it might give us a kind of an important story.
So in this page, Keith, these are the different deities in the world, right?
Okay.
And when you sacrifice to them, you can learn one of their mysteries. That can be a thing like a spell, like that healing spell we casted earlier. You can also end up building a shrine that permanently turns on one of the healing blessings, which is like what happens here. We have a temple or a shrine to Oralda, who's the cow mother, and so she has just like milk blessing increases the yield of her cows. Okay, but we can also just do a sacrifice to get information about stuff. So let's do one to Orlanth. Orlanth has a billion mysteries, so let's sacrifice 5 cows and 5 goods.
Are the Orlunding and Orlanth clan?
I'm not sure. Probably. Most are. Okay. We learned the rain spell that he has, which is useful. A delegation from the Orlundi clan comes to your Tula to propose a peace settlement. Life here could be better. We both have crafts to trade, young people to marry, and other enemies to fight. Why are we wasting our time fighting each other when we have so many other more profitable things to do? Irene says, feasting means drinking. Drinking often means fighting. Leave the celebration for a successful peace negotiation. Tonalang says, we could subject them to a ritual of truth as proof of their intentions. They'll love that.
Ritual of truth.
Wait. What kind of ritual of truth?
The actual option
You
is...
spin a bottle, and then...
is, we will talk, but you must prove that we can trust you. Ashart says, since they are approaching us, we can rightly demand proof of their intentions. We can demand one of their noble youngsters as a hostage, or a peace bond of cows left with another clan. Haywardall says, we have the stronger force. It's no wonder they would sue now for peace. Farina says, if they offer us gifts, we should impress them by giving even more in return. No.
Destruction of the apartment will mean voiding your peace bond of 20 cows.
Fenarco says, what costs us less, peace or hostility? And Orcarla says, King Heort made peace. We can also say, we don't
Who's
trust
King
you, be
Heort?
gone. He's like, so we are the Heortlings, or Heortlins? I think Heortlings.
So we're tiny little Heorts.
We're tiny Heorts. Heort was like the grandson of Orlanth, the god king, and kind of founded our culture. It's like good King Heort. I feel like, should we... I like that one of our options is we're not having problems.
If we keep fighting with them,
right.
Well, if we keep fighting with them, do we get to take over their place?
We could do that, but for me, like, the better thing there is force them to give us a yearly tribute of cows and goods. Taking over their land is trouble. Like, growing in size is trouble, because eventually a sect of your own people will be like, no, we're just gonna go be our own different clan. We have way too much land.
Okay, so was I misreading that the screen with the graph that went from stick picker to king?
No, we do want to
thinking that
become
we're
king.
just supposed
Being
to get...
king isn't
Okay.
about conquering this place. It's about being elected
Okay.
a king after you unite the tribes. You unite the tribes.
Okay,
you
so
don't
when
conquer
you
them.
said unite the tribes, I thought
No,
conquering them was
you
unite.
literally
Okay.
can't do it that
You want
way.
to diplomatically
Yeah,
unite
you
them.
want to diplomatically eventually
Okay.
get big enough to where and have enough influence in the world so that you can kind of say, listen, we want to start a big tribe. Let's talk to...
Let's be buds.
Let's be buds. And, like, you'll talk to a bunch of people, and so a lot of the clans will be like, no, this doesn't sound like it's right for us right now.
Okay, so can we make peace with them and demand a yearly tribute?
I'm not sure. I mean, this isn't even making peace. This is, we're ready to talk. I think should we ask them to prove it? Or do you think that's insulting?
I think we are always ready to talk makes sense.
I think, like...
Because talk is not non-committal. That's like a negotiation phase.
I'd be up for making them prove it.
Well, here's my thing is that if trusting each other and having peace, I think their idea of that does not come with paying us every year, which seems like a pretty good idea.
Yeah, it probably
We're
doesn't.
doing really well economically.
We are.
Yeah, but we could be doing super well.
So is the trust thing off, is my question. Off the table?
I don't know, Jack likes it. Jack,
Yeah,
you and
that's
Jack
my
like it.
second
The two of you
choice.
have played the
Alright,
game.
we're doing it.
2 is my first choice, 4 is my second
Alright,
choice.
what do we want? Ooh. Do we want a hostage, a herd of 50 cows left with a neutral clan as a peace bond, or submission to a Linker My ritual of truth?
3.
Do we have any idea what
they
that
got-
is?
I knew Jack would say 3. A shark
go
is our
3,
Linker
yeah.
My guy, or Linker My guy.
Austin, when it
Austin,
boils down to
yeah.
a person, or 50 cows, or a ritual of truth.
Yeah,
which-
but the person doing the ritual of truth is a shark. He's just gonna be like, yeah, these guys are telling the truth, probably. I counted the
Oh,
feathers.
he's the worst.
No, maybe the ritual of truth involves some sacrifice on their part, though.
That's true.
That they would
Let's see.
decline to do.
They said they
Google
would be.
does it.
They said they would be happy to comply, for the gods knew they had honorable intentions. The god talkers performed the ritual, the fires burned in the right direction, the colors of our flame were true. The Orlundi truly had honorable intentions. Together we began a peace parlay on neutral ground. They give you gifts worth 16 cows. What do you offer them in return?
Why
6.
would you give them cows in return for their cows? That's
This
so
is how
dumb.
it works. This is how
No,
it
it's
works.
worth 16 cows.
Yeah, we're not even giving us
Oh,
actual
okay.
cows.
I say we give them something substantially less than theirs, but we
Yes.
do give them a gift anyway.
5 or 6? 6?
Well, you gotta throw in some cows.
No, they're not giving
Give
us
them, like,
any cows.
6 goods.
No, fuck that. They
They're
don't
giving
give
us
cows.
gifts worth 16 cows.
Yeah.
We should give them one more than they gave us.
No, we shouldn't. We are winning this
No.
war.
I think we should give them 1 cow. One,
No,
because we have
it'll
an
show them
uneven
up. It'll make
number.
them feel like they're stupid.
1 cow, 5
We want them
goods.
to be sweet. Okay.
Sure.
Wait, so what is the... Okay, maybe I'm
Nope.
not... What's the mechanic?
No peace.
Yeah, let's see. I told you.
That's alright.
Yeah, you totally lowballed them.
You super
What? We
leveled
are
them. They said, okay, here we
crushing
go.
them right
Peace.
now. 16
Peace.
is...
We're
Listen,
even. We're
listen.
brothers now. Here,
Listen.
have these 16
When I'm
cows.
done
Like,
with
okay,
the
here's gonna be
Orlundi,
6
they'll give
plates.
us 16 cows a year.
They'll give us
We
16
have a lot of cows.
cows. We won't be able to move the cows. There'll be cows everywhere.
Everyone's house will just be full of cows. Kitchen cows, bedroom cows, bathroom cows.
I was all the way in it for peace.
Uh-huh.
Now I'm in. Now I think that you should go raid them.
I'm on it. Don't worry.
Yeah, okay.
What is storm season?
Storm season's okay. You
Just
can
put
war in
all
storm
of them.
season.
Just who's gonna attack you while you're gone? No one, probably.
I think we can do to make this a really big war.
Trolls?
A really big what?
A really big war.
Yeah, I can just bring all these people. Oh yeah, and I can call in allies. Let's call him the turtle.
Yeah, we're just gonna come down on them like a ton of
Yeah,
bricks.
fucking
Is
listen.
that?
Oh, this is like the opposite of peace, you guys.
Oh, we couldn't make
That's
it.
what I'm saying. They didn't want my peace to get my war.
Oh, it was a bit snowy.
That is what happened.
get through.
It was a bit snowy. Try it again. Don't laugh at us.
We can't. The button's grayed out.
No, we can't. I haven't selected
Turtle
Orlandi
and
yet.
in on this.
Yeah, I still don't know what
Wait,
the
as
end
allies
means.
and favors. Is there anyone who owes us a favor? We could be like,
Oh, I think you can only do.
No,
Oh yeah.
it's ally warfare.
I'm gonna save my favors. I'd rather call in an ally who will be there for sure. All right.
Yeah.
The turtle sent 25 warriors. We eluded the Orlandi patrols, and our 10 weapon thanes and 148 footmen
oh,
are facing
no.
only 3 weapon thanes and 64 swordsmen.
What are we gonna do?
Man, it is hard not to be evil right now.
Plunder. We gotta plunder. Is what we gotta do,
I
right?
would
You
destroy
wanna get
fortifications.
I don't think they have
wanna get
anything
those
that matters.
cattle worth of goods.
We're gonna. Do not worry.
All right, sure. Then destroy fortifications. Oh, survive.
No, we don't want to just survive. I'm at like.
I say destroy fortifications.
You don't want to
I say
burn.
kill as many as possible.
That's where I'm
Because
at
if we
too.
we're eventually gonna take this. Hold on. If we're gonna be coming back, we're gonna raid them again.
Right.
This isn't the last time we're gonna be.
You know what?
raiding
Oh
these
yeah.
idiots.
Here's why we don't want to kill them. Art's gonna say, "Oh, the one sin in Orlanthi culture is not killing other Orlanthi." I get that, but the real reason we don't want to kill them is because if we kill them, they'll have less farmers to farm for us in the future.
Fair point. Let's plunder them.
That's exactly what I was gonna say. But with the added thing of destroying their fortifications means that it'll be easier to raid them next time you raid them.
That's true.
Also, it's like second level. It's like second level kinslaying. We're not. We're not.
Right.
It's not first level kinslaying. We're not killing within.
There's no way they're not gonna be sacrificed.
We harassed the Orlandi with slings and arrows, and they charged, but it did little good. Fierce fighting ensued. Our magic overcame theirs, but they were able to rally. Through healing magics, our auxiliaries kept one warrior from dying and patched up 3 others. That wasn't as big of a rout as I'd hoped. We killed 10 people, and I didn't mean to kill any.
So that lady on the right is really happy.
God damn it. Drive them
Oh
off.
no.
Drive
So we
them
both
off.
just did the same thing.
Yes, we both did the same thing. Alright.
Vorpal
Oh, we
chat
still-
was voting for killers if possible because of course she was.
Of course. Of course she was.
Okay, so this was nothing.
This
They
was
got
not a
nothing.
problem. They still lost this fight.
Yeah.
Well, we
What's
got.
it-
I mean,
The howling of
Get some
wolves.
sorcerers. Sounds
Yeah,
like chaos.
the howling of wolves grows more common in the woods. Fleeting shapes have been seen and flashing eyes. I'm not sure what they are, but they don't seem like ordinary wolves. Yeah, it's bad.
Oh man, you get some dire wolves in your woods, man.
No babies. 21
no
fewer
babies.
people.
We even put baby magic.
57 more
Yeah,
heads of
it's
cattle.
because-
That's
hey,
good.
honestly, do you want to know why? It's because every time people were gonna bone down, you sent them off to war.
Yeah, people were like, "All right, tonight's the night." Oh,
Tonight's night. Oh wait, by the way, you have to go on another raid of Orlanthi. Like, oh, I guess no babies for us.
I'm gonna be real.
We gotta put.
What's up? What were you gonna say?
We do not have much magic left.
No, we don't.
Before we had a lot.
I'm gonna
of it.
keep mad magic in reserve. I'm gonna.
well, especially if you go to war as a drop of every hat.
Yeah, and
Oh.
this place seems to drop off the hats.
Listen, the God Talker said, typical harvest, they saw a sword hovering above our Tula. Humacht wanted us to raid before we were attacked ourselves. To war. To war, a crops. And a health.
Babies.
We're doing all right.
Babies,
Okay,
babies.
fine. One baby. See,
You
okay.
didn't have any babies.
No crops then. No crops. I'm gonna keep a
No
health in.
one was born in your Tula last year. Do you know how like unlikely that is?
It's pretty unlikely, I guess. I don't know. There it is. Okay.
Wait, but you're not putting another one of the children?
No, just one in children's fine. It'll be fine.
I wasn't fine last time.
Last year it was like, we're not gonna have any babies, and I tried to magic that out, and they still was like, no.
Magic out those babies.
Gotta magic out those babies. I'm gonna recruit weapon
Okay.
veins.
So what you're saying was that was just because of a debuff that we didn't have babies.
Right. There. Ooh. Enderos, a prosperous herdsman of the Orlundi clan, has come as an emissary for his clan leaders. He has gifts for you, he says. There were 30 cows altogether. The Orlundi seems to
Except
make...
to throw a feast.
Hmm?
Oh dear.
I said except to throw a feast.
I say, is there a accept and then kill him option?
No?
Jack and Austin have taken a dark turn from the first stream till now, and I'm not happy with it.
Hayertall says, they give us gifts because they are weak. Refuse the gifts, then raid them honorably.
Raid them honorably?
Yeah,
What
raiding,
is wrong with this
raiding
guy?
is honorable. Raiding isn't a bad thing.
Oh.
Raiding isn't evil. Like, we're not going there to murder them. Like, we're not trying to kill them off. We're just trying to get them to recognize their
the
place.
gifts and then raid.
No, I won't do that.
Also, can we,
Accept the gifts and throw a feast.
No.
can we?
Listen to
Okay,
this.
can we?
They're on the
feast music.
precipice. They're on the precipice, Keith. We just need to give them a little push. This is the year.
Okay.
So give
Also,
them a
please-
feast.
How many...
Like,
Can we
you
please
don't
have
have
his
to not
horse
raid
use
them in
iPad,
fire
please?
season.
Jack, what were you saying?
I want his horse. I want his horse and his eye patch as well.
I don't think the horse
Alright,
has
fine,
an eye
raid them. I don't
patch.
care.
I'm not going to threaten them to give me more.
You're not going to threaten them?
Maybe
That's
I
not the
should.
push that you want
I
to.
say refuse and raid, or
Uh-huh.
accept and feast.
Yeah, those are the two options.
I think we should throw a feast and then raid them anyway.
No,
like,
that's
what?
silly.
This guy can't have a fucking good meal?
Okay, so here's the real reason. The real reason is if we... Yeah, maybe you're right. Okay. I've come about the art's way of thinking. Thanks for the gifts.
They might just murder us.
They toasted their generosity and said that they would speak of it to others. Our people made merry and also toasted the clan ring. Alright.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna send
So now
Farina.
when we take them over, they'll be like, oh, they're nice guys. They throw feasts. Who cares if we've been subjugated by them?
I don't know if this game is gonna do that.
They still
They're
hate
feast
us.
throwers.
But I'm gonna send Farina there again to be like, alright, it's time for tribute. They know what next season is. Alright?
Tribute o'clock. You know what's coming.
Exactly.
You should
It's
give her no guard.
They said they would never pay tribute. Alright. I tried. I tried to make peace. You saw me try to make...
Yeah, they pelted her with Doug. Like, fucking...
Yeah.
Don't throw Doug at her.
Like,
Well, they
we
did
threw
it,
them
like-
a feast, and then they threw Doug-laden straw at us. Now raid them to shit.
Well, no, they threw
Yes?
Doug at us like that guy from the first stream did.
Right.
Do you know that the guy in the first stream desecrated everybody?
The kid, the child. It was a child.
Yes.
And do we have a favor from someone near them? Yeah, Heord. Hey. Alright, look, they raised a bunch of people. Good for them.
Is that good for them?
Yeah, you know, good hustle out there.
Burn their steeds.
Still steads. Still steads. But okay.
Set those horses on fire.
And steal their eye patches.
We smashed into the Orlundi as they were trying to shift their lines. The fighting was over quickly. Our magic threw them into confusion, and we were unable to burn any steeds. But the fact that we tried enraged the defenders. Our share of plunder was 14 cows and 3 horses. We took 6 cows worth of loot. Through their healing magics, our auxiliaries kept 6 warriors alive. We wounded and or killed 26 footmen and 1 weapon thane. And, ooh, we're being raided by other different people.
Who
The
are these
Varmint?
people?
The
Who are you?
The Varmandi.
Oh,
I
we're
don't-
about to get crushed.
No, we can drive.
They've also
it.
got an assassin in their front lines.
We're great.
They have
We
double what we have.
we did 5. It turns out they
did
just kind
fine.
of like
That's-
shot arrows at us. Uh-oh. Arinsan, their member of the Oak Tree clan ring, comes to seek your help. A terrible creature has been stalking our Tula, attacking our cattle. That none of our children I know that none of our children have been taken is only a matter of luck. Our clan sages say it's called a Walktopus and is a creature of chaos.
We have to do that.
Many of our weapon thanes were injured during a recent raid by Orlundi, so we need help in hunting and slaying this
course they
dread
will.
beast.
Fucking Orlundi. Not even stopping with the Walktopus is attacking these poor
Not
people's cows.
even. They are villains. They may as well be Walktopi themselves. Walktopuses.
Keith,
Walktopodes.
what's the best way to eat a Walktopus?
I really just want to see the art. Is there a way for me to just see the art? I really feel
I don't
like
know,
there
Jack, how?
should be.
Well, no, you do. You're a food boy.
You are a
Okay,
food boy.
so as a food boy, first so the Walktopus. Common belief is that a Walktopus is like an octopus, when actually it's all like a squid. So you've got to make sure that you drain it of its ink first,
Uh-huh.
Right.
and then you can feel free. I like to grill it. You can also boil it. You can feel free to grill it, and then kind of let it simmer in a nice stew on like a crock pot for about a day and a half.
Mm-hmm.
No less. And then you got yourself a nice Walktopus stew. Again,
Sounds-
you've got to make sure you drain that ink.
Otherwise, you just eat. Your tongue will go. blue.
And if you're craft oriented, you can squeeze them out into little bottles and sell the inkwells on Etsy.
What if I'm just craft adjacent? We're not craft oriented.
Virtuous Fear says, "Don't attack it. This thing owned me."
Yeah, but listen, Haywardall says our fighters will be proud to defeat a thing of chaos. Send at least 9 of them and send Hayortal to lead them. That's him. He is Hayortal.
Yeah, but this guy's the fucking pits. This guy's the worst. Remember?
I don't like.
Remember how everything he says is the worst?
If I'm being honest, I don't like
That's
any
up.
of our people
Ring at the
here.
moment.
Yeah, how good is he at combat? Oh, he's renowned at combat. He's actually super good at combat.
Ashart said a couple good things.
Do we want to do it as a favor, or do we want to do it in honor of Urox,
You don't want to do it for treasure?
foe of chaos?
I was thinking about doing
We're
it.
doing great. We're doing so well
No,
financially.
sorry,
Like,
do
a
it-
treasure.
you guys are just
You
great.
want
A
favor for
treasure
these
is like a magic thing.
Oh,
like a
but
cool-
like, wouldn't it be good to have another friend who hates the Orlundi?
Yeah, so I think that would be a favor, right?
But like,
Well,
I
but if
also
we
like
don't
doing
ask
things
for a
for the
favor-
gods.
That's
if we
true.
don't ask them for a favor, then they won't owe us, and I think that might make them like us more.
No, that's
Doing
not
it
how
for
it works.
Urox might be like a good thing to do with
Me-
our
I think me
big,
and Art are
scary,
on
crazy
board
wolf
with this.
problem.
That's true. That's a good point. Let's do that.
And then we should. Richard Spears said this thing own them, so we should go. We should just give it. We should pump as many troops into this as possible.
It's gonna be a
have the
small
dude go,
amount.
that'd be 8.
So let's send 10.
Why not all 13?
All right. They found the
What if it
Walktopus
owns us?
hiding under some fallen trees. It made a weird screeching sound, then burst through the logs, rotten wood, hurling itself at the hunting party. Our warriors fell upon it, hacking furiously. We cut it to bits. Then oak tree sages carefully burned each of the pieces, saying that the creatures were thought to be able to regrow themselves. The sages made sure that no one breathed in the oily smoke from the burning creature's meat. Our god talker said that Aurochs would be pleased by this action, undertaken in his name. The Oak Tree clan were also quite pleased, needless to say. High five! That was a good...
Oh,
Nice.
look at that! That thing was
Good
terrifying.
That was... I still didn't get to actually see it. I swear there's a button to
That
hide
was scary.
the art. But I guess...
I'm gonna be back in just a second.
Yeah.
So did that help our relationships with the oak tree?
Almost certainly. Let's see.
Yeah.
Also, where are the
I don't know
Oak
what
Tree
we were
clan?
before, but if we're not purple now, then I don't.
I
even
think
know.
we'll be at least purple. Oh, they're so far away. Yeah, they're like that bright purple, leaning towards blue.
Yeah.
They're so
okay, so
far.
there's...
I really wish they were closer.
Why did
Oh,
they
we
come to
owe
us?
them a
What the
favor,
fuck?
so we could have like done that to fulfill the favor.
Right. Correct.
But instead, we pleased our gods.
Oh, yeah, that's fine.
I don't think that was a I don't think that was an option. It was do it as a do it as a favor. Okay, yeah.
Right.
I was thinking do it as a favor, like they would owe us a favor.
Sure.
But we wouldn't have gotten it.
No.
Sure, it's even.
All right. Let's just do a little cattle raid on the Arlundi while Jack is gone. Just a little one. What?
A tiny.
Yeah, there's a sneak under. There we go. Took 33 cows from them. Jesus
Whoa.
Christ.
That's man. What do they even have?
Angry-
What is this? What's going on?
Angry widows
Whoa.
confront the clan ring, the death runes smeared in ash on their foreheads. Their husbands were slain in the Varmandi when the Varmandi last raided you. Led by the uncompromising Askula, the women reproach you for allowing these deaths to go unavenged. We can explain that we're trying to keep the clan from being dragged into a feud. We can offer to pay compensation. We can organize a raid against the killers. We can tell them they're free to get anyone willing to help them, or we can tell them to, or we can try to convince them to let go of their hatred and live for their children. The most vocal of our people cry for blood, but most are secretly afraid of sustaining further losses. Irene says we should pay for compensation. Tonalang, who again is an Elmal, who's kind of like the night god, like Knight god.
Okay.
Says, blood for blood, that's the most basic law. Is it? I guess?
Really?
Yeah, a shart says...
Kingslaying was the...
Yeah, a shart says the widows have the right to seek vengeance. The clan is not obligated to support their quest. Again, I really like having a lawyer on my crew. Tell me what my actual like legal obligations are. Hayward also...
Yeah, but he's quite a shard.
Hayward
Are
also
those
says...
legal obligations... Sorry, are those legal obligations reflected in the systems? Like, so is that actually the case?
Yes.
I think so. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
We could end up with many more unhappy widows by ill-advised adventure. Yeah, I don't want to dig deep into a second feud right now. I know. I mean, this guy's like the real war guy. Hayward Earl's the hunting war guy. Like, he's from the Sky Bear god, Odila. That's why he wanted to go hunt that dude.
It seems like he's always way into like go and raid people. Fucking
Yeah.
fuck people up right now, bro.
Look at this
Hey,
dude.
bro, you gotta go and fuck these guys up.
She wants us to try to convince
That is
people.
not what Heordle sounds like in my head.
That's what he sounds
But
like in
Arco
my
says,
head.
I don't know. And, or Carla says, blood never heal a wound. I think we're rich. Let's pay compensation. They'll take our blood
Yeah, we
money,
just got
right?
give 'em some
Yeah,
of those
right.
33 cows we just got
No
for
amount
nothing.
of silver will bring back the fathers of our children. Only blood can buy them a measure of satisfaction.
Tell them that they're free to get anyone to help them if they
That feels
want.
like a
they
dick
want.
move. That feels like, yo, if you guys want to go
Try
to
to
war,
convince them to let go of hatred and live for their children.
I don't think
Okay.
that's a dick move. That's...
eloquent words were
Okay,
spoken, and Askula proclaimed that mercy had beaten hatred. That's good.
Okay, well, that was
Basically what
good.
happened was Keith did his Heortle impression, and that just cheered them all right up.
I'm gonna explore up in this direction. I like.
We
this
gotta go
little-
fuck up the Orlanti, bro. We gotta just do it. Let's get some cattle. Come on.
This is getting to like a
God
Cheech and Chong